Are you wondering what the difference is between the Bissell Proheat 2X Revolution Pet Turbo versus the non-turbo versus the Hydrosteam? Because there's a lot of Revolutions out there. I'm going to explain what the differences are and how you can pick the best Revolution for you. So remember, this is not the Pet Pro, this is the Pet Turbo. So first, let me explain some of the key differences. The Blue Turbo is coming with an improved turbo motor. It's going to be 40% improvement in overall suction over the Orange non-turbo, and it's going to be about a 50% decrease in overall noise levels from the Orange Turbo. And that's according to Bissell. We're going to let your ears and your eyes decide if that's the case in our test later in the video. A very interesting change that Bissell made is in their overall model numbers. This Turbo Edition model number is 35799. On your non-Turbo Edition, it is model 1548F. So I don't know how they made the jump, but if you just look at the model numbers, you would not even know they're related. But ultimately, that's the only major change. They did some small cosmetic changes, obviously. They turned the orange into blue. They made the tube on the bottom here clear instead of opaque. They removed a little molding here, like a little hole. But other than that, there's not a real difference between them. So let me go through the similarities, because this is really going to explain how similar these units really are. They both come with the same 11-inch cleaning path. They both come with the same dual dirt lifting power brushes for the aggressive brush roll inside. They both come with the same dirty water tank. It's just orange and gray on the inside. They both come with the same 1-gallon water tank here. That's going to be coming with an inlet for the easy top fill Bissell products, and it's only going to be secure on the back. It's also coming with the same location for the power buttons on the body of the Bissell, and on the right side, it is going to be coming with the power adjustments. You're going to be adjusting from max clean, deep clean, and express clean on both units. They'll both be coming with a 22-foot cord. They'll both be coming with a 7-foot hose attachment that you're going to attach right into the center to the same buttons that open up and give you direct access to the brush wheels. And I'm always worried that I'm going to pop these or break the tabs when I pop it off. You have a hard shell here, which is something that on the Pet Pros you can pop this off, as well as on the Hydrosteam. But on the non-Pet Pro and the non-Hydrosteam, as you see here on the Blue Turbo and the Orange non-Turbo, well, you're really stuck with the cover locked on. And that just makes cleanup a little bit more difficult, because you really have to go inside with some type of plastic stick or even a chopstick or some type of stick to dislodge any hairballs or debris you might get caught in here. Come with the same triggers up top to control the flow of water, and they're going to be both coming with Proheat, which is just using the heat from the motors inside that are going to be 6.8 amps, and then releasing that heat into or below the water tank. So the clean water tank is going to get heated as you use your machine, and that's just because the motor gets hot when it's operational, and they're going to use that heat to keep either your water tank hot, in case you use hot water, or to warm it up, just so it's going to have better performance on your carpeted floors. Because hot water performs better than cold water to remove stains inside of carpeted or upholstery. And let me just remind everyone, if you're using the carpet cleaner, it is not a vacuum. If you're using it on a floor and you got pets, make sure to vacuum your floor first. Otherwise, this is going to get clogged up with hairballs before you know it. Since the major change is really cosmetic and inside of the motor, the best way for me to show you is just to run some tests. So let's go see how they perform against each other in our testing. This is just cold brew coffee in a tequila. We'll add we're also going to be adding in our fruit punch. And this is going to be more likely to stain because it's red. And now we're just letting in the stains set a little, so we're going to give it about 5 minutes. These are going to be our clean water tanks. They have the same amount of water, the same amount of solution. We're going to do a measurement in terms of its temperature. And 1 degrees, the water here is going to be at 114.4 degrees. We opted to use the Bissell Pro Max Clean and Protect Stain Protect. So let's turn it on. And just for good measure, we're going to do a bigger test. Stain set. You can also see on the turbo, just like the non-turbo, because of the pore sprout, if you have extra suds, it's hard to get them all out. Just to share with you again the temperature after running it on the heat, 125 degrees here, and on your turbo, it runs a little cooler, as you can see, is 116 degrees. In our testing, would I say that the blue turbo is 50% quieter than the orange non-turbo edition? No, because what's the issue? The orange turbo is loud, but the blue turbo is still pretty loud. And even though it makes a different type of grumble, or the motor makes like a slightly more, I guess, less bassy, boomy noise, it is still going to be heard on your second floor. It is still going to wake up the baby if the baby's in the same room as you carpet cleaning. So I know that it is quieter, but I would still say it is pretty loud. But what about the overall power? Even though you're having a 40% improvement in suction power just in general use, if you use these machines regularly, you'll find that the performance is going to be basically the same. So they're both going to be able to remove the stains, because what are they actually doing? It is a carpet cleaner. So it's like a laundry machine for your floors, where they're adding solution and then agitating and then removing the solution. So since both of them follow these same exact principles, even though this is going to have better extraction, you're probably just going to have to make additional passes with the orange to equalize the results. So and I'll say this for sure, after one pass, if you just do it on a single pass, you will be able to remove more water, generally speaking, with the turbo addition. You could see that in the test. Even the amount of liquid that it's pulling up is going to be slightly more on the blue addition. However, that's also going to relate to you will have to empty the dirty water tank more often, because it's going to be sucking in more water quickly. So there is a potential trade-off there. And another trade-off is going to be that because the motor here is slightly more efficient than the motor inside the non-turbo, the turbo motor Proheat, which is going to be the heat that's generated from the motor, is less hot than the Proheat that's on the non-turbo edition. We've tested it, and we tested repeatedly. We find that generally it's about 6 to 8 degrees cooler on the turbo. I don't think that the Proheat is the most essential feature, but it is a great benefit for improved performance on picking up and cleaning stains off your carpet or rug. So that, to me, is a win in terms of the non-turbo over the turbo. So if you're wondering, this is my Bissell Hydrosteam, and the Bissell Hydrosteam, in my opinion, is the best Revolution out there, because it uses hot water and it uses steam extraction for better performance. But that's not what I'm talking about. Bissell made a lot of changes to their units inside of the Hydrosteam, and we did not see any of those changes inside of this, which is on the Blue Turbo Pet. So what are those changes? It is easier, much easier to open it up and clean the brush roll, because you can pop off the entire cover as one solid piece. So you just take this to the sink and you have direct access to the brush roll directly, including they also made changes on the dirty water tank. On the dirty water tank, you could just pop it completely off, giving you direct access for easy cleanup of your dirty water tank. They've also adjusted how the dirty water sensors work, so you get a little bit more flexibility before your machine is declaring that you gotta replace and empty the dirty water tank. Something that you're limited on your Blue Turbo, because the sensor is gonna be on the bottom here, so it actually triggers very quickly, especially if you have a lot of sudding from the detergent that you're using to clean your floors. The clean water tank will now come with a flap instead of, like a cap, which again makes it easier to open and close. Just takes a step out, and it's secured on 3 sides versus 1 side on the Blue Turbo. Button controls, instead of having to switch off buttons on the sides, they have put everything on the handles for easy, direct feedback where you can control your unit without actually having to bend down. And in terms of overall performance, we just find that the Hydrosteam works very well for all stains. This is a real paradigm shift in terms of carpet cleaning. So ultimately, what is our verdict? The Bissell Proheat 2X Revolution Pet Turbo here in blue is still a good buy because the orange non-turbo was already a good buy. If you're looking for a great carpet cleaner and you want one that is going to be able to tackle all the stains you could throw at it, at least the best a carpet cleaner can, go with the Hydrosteam. If you're worried about easy cleanup, because not only are you worried about cleaning up using the carpet cleaner, but also cleaning up the carpet cleaner, I would recommend getting the Pet Pro Turbo, just because they have the same opening style as the Hydrosteam, just easy direct access to the brush rolls. If your chief concern is value, I do think that the Bissell Proheat 2X Revolution Pet Turbo here in blue is going to be probably one of the best values. It does everything you ask of it. It performs well. It might not have the Hydrosteam. It might not have all these features as well as some of the things we asked for, but it's still a good value. For $200, imagine if you equalize the price to carpet cleaning or renting a rug doctor from your Home Depot and Lowe's, this will pay for itself very quickly. So it's still a very good value. I do recommend it. I just think that now Bissell has so many options in terms of their Revolution line that you have to pick wisely. And with that, hit that like and subscribe button below. It really helps us make better content for you. As well as if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment box. We'll get back to you so we can answer your questions. And this is David with the French Glow, showcasing to you all of these different types of revolutions out there, because this is the Bissell Revolution, and you gotta find which revolution you wanna take part in. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is David with the French Glow, signing off. Bye, bye, bye.